Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not just all talk, he really puts in the effort and fights hard for what he wants in his career. His determination and energy push him to chase after opportunities and face challenges head on. He can achieve a lot because of his big drive, but his aggressive style may burn some bridges along the way.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he doesn't curl up or walk away, he fights back, sometimes a little too fiercely. He's quick to react and can get angry or lash out, blaming others or raising his voice if he feels frustrated. So he bounces back, but not in a quiet or peaceful way.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
Most likely, he's often clashing with people at work. His strong energy and my way or no way attitude can rub others the wrong way. And his lack of gentleness means he isn't careful with people's feelings. He might win respect from those who admire his boldness, but real warmth or friendship will be rare.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he's likely to feel challenged or even threatened rather than proud. He always wants to be the one in control, and seeing you succeed might make him feel like he's losing his spot in the spotlight. Your achievement could spark more arguments than hugs.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, if you earn more than him, there's a strong chance he will feel threatened and resentful. He likes being on top and in charge, so your higher earnings might pinch his pride and trigger his competitive side. You may even notice him trying to one up you or downplay your achievements.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's not the most careful with money and may spend without thinking much about the future. When something catches his interest, he's likely to go for it right away, ignoring any plans or budgets. You might see him making sudden purchases or taking risky bets just because he feels like it.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is the type who may try to look richer than he actually is. He likes attention and wants others to see him as successful. So he might spend on flashy things or show off, even if it stretches his budget. If you're hoping for a partner who lives simply and doesn't try to show off, You might feel uneasy with his choices and the pressure they can bring.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is not really open handed or kind, either with money or his attitude. He won't easily share or go out of his way to help others unless there's something in it for him. Don't expect gentle kindness or a giving nature from him, it's just not how he's wired.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be secretive and a bit controlling when it comes to money matters. He doesn't feel the need to share all details with you and might make financial decisions on his own without asking or explaining. If you ask questions or want to be involved, he may get defensive or brush you off.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to think housework is mostly your job and may not step in to help unless you ask. And even then, he might complain or do it grudgingly. He's used to focusing on his own goals and doesn't really pay much attention to what needs to be done at home. If equal partnership in daily chores is important to you, this might become a big source of frustration.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's more likely to stand on the side giving instructions or pointing out what needs to be done rather than actually rolling up his sleeves and helping with chores or diapers. He sees these tasks as mainly your responsibility, and if he does step in, it's usually with a sense that he's doing you a big favor. So you'll probably find yourself doing most of the work while he supervises from a distance.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is much more likely to argue just to prove he's right instead of really trying to understand your side. When disagreements come up, his main aim is to win the argument, not to listen with care or see things from your point of view. He can be stubborn and quick tempered, shutting down your feelings or ideas rather than talking things out gently.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to say hurtful things or act aggressively rather than stay respectful. His temper flares up quickly and he might yell, use harsh words, or even try to intimidate you. If you value peace and respect in your home, his anger can create a harsh and painful environment.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is absolutely the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. His temper is short and he tends to react without thinking when something upsets him. Quick anger and harsh reactions are real red flags in any relationship.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility for his actions. When something goes wrong, he's much more likely to blame you or someone else rather than admit his own mistakes. Be careful, always carrying the blame can slowly hurt your confidence and happiness.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is not likely to respect your boundaries easily and may struggle to accept that no truly means no. If he wants something, he may push, insist, or try to change your mind instead of stopping and respecting your wishes. This can feel uncomfortable or even scary, especially when it comes to important personal limits. Your comfort and freedom to set limits are important, and it's a serious warning sign if someone ignores or tramples those boundaries.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is very likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of being understanding, he may react with irritation, sulking, or even make you feel guilty for saying no. Remember, intimacy should always be about respect and mutual comfort.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Unfortunately, you may not be able to fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If he gets upset or wants to win an argument, he might bring up intimate details or use your private moments against you, either to embarrass or hurt you. You deserve someone who keeps private matters private and protects your trust even during tough times.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be easily distracted by other women rather than staying fully faithful. His need for excitement and attention can make him wander, especially if he feels bored or unappreciated at home. This can leave you feeling insecure and uncertain about where you stand with him.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he's the type who can act over possessive, showing jealousy, trying to control your actions, or always being suspicious without real reasons. He wants things his way and may not trust easily, so he could question who you talk to, get angry if you spend time with friends, or set strict rules about what you can do. Over time, possessiveness is not a sign of love, it's a warning sign.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what may look like being protective is often a sign of a controlling personality. He might say he's keeping you safe or looking out for you, but in reality, he's trying to make all the decisions and limit your choices. True care builds your confidence, control takes your freedom away.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the work in parenting and not see it as a team effort. He tends to focus on his own goals and may think that raising kids is mainly your responsibility. If you dream of sharing parenting as true partners, you may feel unsupported and overwhelmed.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is very likely to lose his temper instead of staying calm. He doesn't have much patience for mistakes or emotional moments and can quickly react with anger, sharp words, or raised voices. This kind of response can make the home feel tense and unsafe, both for the kids and for you.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. He tends to see his own needs and goals as most important and may expect you to put yourself and your dreams on the back burner for the family. This can make you feel invisible over time.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he's exactly the kind of man who might support your career at first, but later expect you to quit once you have a child. While things may seem fine when everything works for him, his focus on traditional roles and his need for control can quickly surface after marriage or kids. Be honest with yourself about what you want and what he's likely to expect later.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to act polite on the surface with your parents rather than show real warmth or care. He may do the minimum to keep up appearances, but you'll probably notice that he doesn't go out of his way to build a genuine relationship with them. If warm family bonds are important to you, his distance or even coldness will be hard to ignore. He will most likely expect your family to adjust to him rather than making any real effort to fit in with them.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. He doesn't have much patience for situations that don't go his way, and his temper can flare up quickly. This approach can escalate small problems into big fights, leaving you caught in the middle and feeling even more stressed.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is very likely to behave in a modern way when it's just the two of you, but expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. At home or with friends, he might seem relaxed and even supportive, but when his family is involved, he wants you to follow their rules and traditions, whether it's the way you dress, speak, or act. If you don't fit into the ideal daughter in law image, he may get upset or blame you for problems with his family.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with his family rather than fully supporting you. He doesn't like to challenge his own people or step out of his comfort zone. So when problems come up, you may find him silent or making excuses for their behavior instead of standing up for you. Sometimes he might even blame you for the conflict to keep peace with his family.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He's very likely to be a mummy's boy, putting his mother's wishes and opinions above yours, especially during conflicts. When there's a disagreement between you and his mother, he will almost always take her side or try to avoid the issue altogether rather than standing up for you. You may find yourself feeling unsupported and having to manage the situation on your own, with him either making excuses for his mother or expecting you to adjust.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is the kind of man who is likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. Whenever there's a problem between you two, instead of working things out just between yourselves, he may run to his family, telling them everything, even things that should stay private. This breaks trust and can make you feel exposed, misunderstood, or even ganged up on.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, after all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Day in and day out, being with this man can feel overwhelming and exhausting. You may always feel like you have to watch what you say or do because he reacts quickly and strongly to anything that upsets him.